So all my clients and NeuroClose members know by now that when they work with me, we start with a deep dive in the personality profile and how they naturally sell to others, how they naturally influence others, how they naturally arrive and show up for their prospects, and how they go about trying to get people to buy from them. And I'm just going to share my screen to put this into perspective for you. So here's an example of the 16 personalities model that I use, and I've been using this for 25 years. First when it was Myers-Briggs, and latterly 16 personalities, which is a supersite. Now, the personality profile on the screen now is my own. Protagonist ENFJ, A. Protagonists are inspiring optimists, readily taking action to do what they feel is right. These warm, forthright types love helping others and have the creative energy to achieve their goals. So perfect for a coach. So that's me. And I do this for each of my clients, each of my NeuroClose members. We start with this. Why? Because we're in the age now where selling to personality type is everything. Way back in the 1900s, right? Back in the 20th century, it was all about the salesperson, right? And how good we were at talking, and people would buy if they liked us. People buy from people they like. That term and that belief was forged back in the 20th century, when we had all the information as salespeople. We were the trusted advisors. We were the trusted authority, the experts. Now, 25 years later, 30 years later, buyers have the information. They know what's available. They know the specifications that are available. They know what's on the market. They even know prices. They know ROIs. They know all the information. What they come to us for is trust, reliability, connection, hand-holding protocols to see them through from where they are to where they want to be, delivery, accountability, implementation, and all of that support. They come to us for transformation. They come to us to deliver the transformations they need. That's what they buy from us. So it's no longer true that people buy from people they like. There's a subtle flip. People don't buy from people they like today. They buy from people like them. That's the flip. Very subtle. So the superpower today is personalizing. And it's not just a case of using their name in an email. That's not personalization. Personalization is understanding and spotting and identifying their personality type and mirroring them, becoming like them, subtly, expertly becoming like them, speaking at the same rate, speed that they speak, at the same volume that they speak, with the same tonality that they speak with, using the same kind of language, the same energy, the similar body language. It looks similar. Because then when buyers start to judge us, which is very fast, it's in seconds, they look at us and they think, this is subconscious. They're thinking or feeling, he's a bit like me. I like him. I understand him. He understands me. They see in us what they like about themselves. That's the subtle magic and power of mirroring and of personality type selling. Tune into their personality. Start with mirroring their mannerisms, their energy, and their expression and engagement, and then spot the way they're expressing, the way they're interacting, and start to deliver and adjust your messaging in the language of that personality type. Because then they feel, I want to buy from him or her because he or she is like me. They see the world like I do. I feel like we're connected. They decide they want to buy from us before they buy into the product, the solution, the ROI, whatever. They decide that we're the person they'd like to buy from. And what I'm doing in these short videos is I'm sharing some real powerful, explosive takeaways with you guys over the next few days. And I'm going to start with the first one, which is often a highly misunderstood subject. And that's the subject of the first function, which is energy. Extroversion or introversion. We're either an extrovert or an introvert. And this is highly misunderstood. okay, and popularized by much 20th century crap, which was extroverts are all loud and introverts are shy. That isn't even close to being an acceptable summary. The reality is extroverts externalize their engagement with the world. They confront the world by engaging with it. All right, engaging with people and their environment head on, thinking their thoughts out loud, discovering their opinions as they're talking about them, talking about multiple things all at once, spinning the plates and expressing themselves externally, their thoughts and feelings, and discovering them as they go. Introverts do the same process, but they do it internally. So they watch. Extroverts speak, then think, then speak. Introverts think, then speak, then think. The same processing is happening, but it's happening externally with extroverts, so you can see and hear it all. With introverts, it's happening internally. So if you're an extrovert selling to an introvert, slow the hell down, right? Give them time. Know that when they're not speaking, and even when they're not giving you eye contact, when they're silent, it's not because they're not interested. It's because they're processing the information you've given them. Give them time. Slow down. Let them take one thing in at a time and then move on. If you're an introvert selling to an extrovert, understand that they're going to be vocalizing and bringing all their thoughts and feelings as they go. So how do you've got to slow an extrovert down if you're an introvert selling to an extrovert. How do you do that? You tell an extrovert, let me make notes. Let me get all of this down so I can record all of the problems you want solving, the goals you have, what's important to you. Let's get your needs down. Now, what was the first thing you said you wanted to solve? So you slow them down by taking notes of their needs. And they'll never resist that because it's music to their ears, understanding, listening to them and recording their problems that they want solving and their goals they want achieving. So they'll be delighted with that and they will slow down. And now you can start to take control as an introvert, flipping the script and getting the extrovert telling you one thing at a time. That's the superpower. With an extrovert selling to an introvert, you got to slow down. How do you get an introvert engaging? Not by giving them information and expecting them to be blown away by it like an extrovert would. With an extrovert to an introvert, the superpower is questions. Let me understand what's important to you here, Tom. What's the number one problem that you have with your sales, with your business, that you'd regret not solving 6 months from now? Shut up. Let them answer. Record it. Write it down. Okay. And how's that a problem for you? Slow down. Take your time. Questions are the superpower. That gets introverts expressing one feeling, one problem, one goal at a time. And when they're engaging, they're buying. That is the first introduction today to how I work with my clients and members of NeuroClose, this is the superpower of 21st century selling today in 2025. Before we move into sales techniques and skills, tune into who you're buying from. Know how to engage with the different buying styles. Today was extrovert, introvert. Drop your comments below and what your takeaways are from this last few minutes. Tomorrow, I'm going to be exploring number 2, which is taking in information, which is either through our intuition or through our senses. So through our intuition or through our senses. So we're either intuitive or observant. We'll be doing that deep dive tomorrow. Drop your comments. Those who want more information on NeuroClose, drop them below or DM me. I'll see you same time tomorrow. Thank you.